Welcome to American Speedfest 11. This is Brands Hatch in the United Kingdom, always one of the highlights of the Euro NASCAR calendar, in part because the circuit is perfect for the racing, but also because of all the festivities off-track provided here for the UK fans. This place always fabulous for our Euro NASCAR machines. It's a simple circuit, but a very challenging one too.
Let's talk to Liam Hazeemans, who's racing in Euro NASCAR Pro in the 50, fielded by Hendricks Motorsport. And you're tied for the lead in the Junior Trophy with Paul Giuffreau. It's going to be an intense battle. After 2 events, how are you feeling?
Yeah, well, you know, pretty well. Well, it just came out of a little crash, let's say. But no, yeah, feeling confident. I mean, you know, we had, of course, in Valencia, I mean, bad luck with the flat tire. But yeah, after, I mean, we won the second race, so that was pretty well. Just in Italy, a bit of struggles. But here now, I think we finally found what was wrong with the car. So, no, I mean, if it keeps going that way, then pretty confident for the rest of the season.
For Junior Trophy only, but also for the overall championship?
No, I think for the overall championship. You know, the thing is, at the end, of course, the Junior Trophy, of course, there I'm going for, but also, of course, for overall championship. I mean, we have the speed. Now it's just like the little adjustments to the car to try and find, but yeah, no, definitely going for both.
All right, thank you so much and good luck.
Well, Hazeemans is the only other man to win a race this year besides Vittorio Gorelli, who is on pole position for round 5 of the season. He's won 3 races so far this year, and he leads the championship despite being docked 20 points for a technical irregularity on a minor part. So he really has had a great run of form so far, still has the points lead. He is alongside the Euro NASCAR 2 points leader, Martin Dubeck, who had a great qualifying, Giuffreau and Erkley on row 2 of the grid, and Liam Hazeemans, who we just heard from, starting from row 4. We're racing at American Speedfest 11, and it is Vittorio Gorelli that leads, and Paul Giuffreau gets through to second place. We often see it here that the outside of the front row is not the place to be, and Martin Dubeck perhaps illustrating that. He's now under fire as well from Luca Lasea as they're side by side for 3rd position. But it's Vittorio Gorelli that leads the way in the early stages from Paul Giuffreau. Some grass and dust being kicked up further back in the field as everyone tries to find their way through. Just 1.9 kilometres, 1.2 miles in length, this circuit. It's a very challenging layout with a lot of different crevices and undulations. It's Gorelli that leads the way, though, in the early stages. He has the high ground that he would have wanted. Wants to try and rebuild that points lead again after being docked 20 points since Vallelunga. That combination of the Italian racer and PK Car Sport has been admirable and fearsome so far this year. From the very first laps turned in competitive action at Valencia, you just got the feeling that Gorelli would be the one to beat so far this year, and thus it has proven. Paul Giuffreau, though, in his what is strictly his full debut season in the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series Euro NASCAR Pro Division. He didn't do the full year last year. Oh, Thomas Chrysonis going to the inside of Dauenhauer. Vladimiros Siortsis watching on as well as the Marco Stipp number 46 car continues to show some of that impressive race pace we saw from Chrysonis last time in Vallelunga. Chrysonis very familiar with the British racing scene, cut his teeth in UK junior saloon car racing. Siortsis, the Cypriot racer, wants to try and get past Dauenhauer as well. Siortsis will be disappointed to be down in these positions right now, but he's working on figuring out this number 1 Alex Caffey Academy car. Gets past Dauenhauer, Dauenhauer, who's usually contending for top fives and podiums as well. That promotion machine probably not quite hooked up by the looks of it. Battle for 8th position being led by Thomas Tuffel. He, of course, is also a favourite in Challenger Trophy, competing across both Euro NASCAR Pro and Euro NASCAR 2. Looks like he's a bit slow down the main straight, though. The 69 car goes around him. That is the Sebastian Blekemolen car, and so does everybody else. Tuffel is slowing. Tuffel is all spinning as well. Tuffel with an issue there. That strikes me that rear axle was locking up, and I think that could be a issue with the drivetrain in some capacity. Hopefully not an engine. Shame for the race art driver, who was running well within the top 10. Full course yellow has been lifted from the circuit after that recovery. We're back to racing speeds. And Dubek under a lot of pressure here from Lasserre and also from Gianmarco Ercoli. Of course, the defending champion wants to get some more podium finishes on the board this year. Realistically, at this stage of the season, so long as you get consistent points finishes, you're okay. It's the double point playoffs that really do start to sway the pendulum later in the year, but you need these strong results. You need the momentum going into playoff season. And they are slowing, and they are slowing because the safety car is out. And the safety car is out because it is starting to rain. You can see a little bit of moisture on the surface. You can see the windscreen wipers going as well. However, after a few laps under safety car, it dries out. No need then for a switch to wet tyres. We go racing, and Paul Giffreau right on the back of Vittorio Gorelli. The race distance upgraded to 40 laps to give us as much racing as possible. Lasserre around the outside of Giffreau for second. He's a bit too far back. He's going to worry about Martin Dubek now as well. Dubek to the outside line at Graham Hill Bend. Can't find a way through there. Everyone together once again. Gorelli will have to try and rebuild that lead. But Giffreau just a couple of car lengths back already. Dubek really making life difficult for Lasserre as they come across the line. The Euro NASCAR 2 champion of 2021 has really found his momentum again this year in both categories. Looks at the inside line at Druids Bend. Lasserre gives him racing room. They're still side by side as they come out of the corner, but Lasserre with the momentum. Dubek tried to get to the inside line at Graham Hill, but that wasn't happening. Of course, the red bannered cars are denoting championship leaders. Dubek comfortably leading in Euro NASCAR 2. He's having a similar record to Vittorio Gorelli so far this season. Both of them with 3 wins in 4 races. We ride on board with Ryan Vargas. He's having a good fight here with Max Maserati, the British racer, side by side. And that's Vargas making up some places then. Ryan Vargas continuing his European tour here, the American racer. Looks as though he's got some good pace. Braking for Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, that's a bit wide. That's way too wide. Oh, he's off on the gravel. What a shame for Vargas. And he rejoins the race, but he's lost a good 3-4 positions there, unfortunately. Was knocking on the door of challenging for top 10, but not to be on this occasion. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Vittorio Gorelli has a good few car lengths over the chasing pack. Turns through Clearways and Clark. He's managed this race magnificently for PK Car Sport. The combination of the Belgian team and the Italian stallion has won yet another race. It's an 80% hit rate, 4 races, 1 from 5 starts. He wins race number 1 of the weekend here at Brands Hatch in front of the UK faithful.
Thank you so much, Adam. It took us some time. It was an amazing race for you. A little bit of controversy with the rain coming in, then safety car restart and all the stuff. So how do you feel?
Very happy for the win. Yeah, it was a tough race, I have to say. The rain didn't help and the free was very fast, so I had a lot of pressure throughout all the race. When it started raining, I had the big moment in turn 1, but yeah, didn't want to take many risks, so I lost the pole for tomorrow. I think I'm starting P2, but it's a very good weekend so far. We were leading the practice session, first in pole, super pole, then first in race 1. Let's try to repeat ourselves tomorrow. It'll be a good show for sure, and yeah, hope the fans had fun, you know.
Anthony, you must be very proud. Vittorio is dominating Euro NASCAR Pro. Another win. Okay, the car is moving right now. All fine, I guess. So, how are you feeling?
No, it was really good. You know, it was a tough race with some drizzle, a little bit of rain in the middle of the race. So, but he did a great job. He managed to keep the first position. It's not so easy on this track, you know. You cannot escape, you know it. So you have to manage the tires, you have to manage everything a bit. But he did a fantastic race. We won starting P2 tomorrow. We wanted to have pole, but okay, if you're starting in the front, it's more difficult to gamble on the time. So, but you know, another win. It's what we wanted.
Kumpen suitably impressed with his driver then as he sprays the champagne. Vittorio Gorelli claiming the overall race victory. Lasser and Dufresne also on the podium, and Dufresne winning the junior trophy classification. Challenger trophy going to Dario Casso of Vict Motorsport. Well, always lots going on here at American Speedfest beyond the circuit itself. As you can see, live music, live action arena as well, and lots of NASCAR merchandise for fans.
All right, let's talk to a young gun in the Euro NASCAR field 2024, Mario Ercoli. A common name in the Euro NASCAR world because your stepbrother is racing, is the current champion, the reigning champion. But let's talk about you. You had a really good development in the first 2 races and you're fighting for the rookie trophy win overall. So how does it feel for you?
Yes, we keep better and better with the team, but there's still work to do. So I like this championship. I like everything. So race per race, I will be much better and better.
But how is it for you, a young racing driver, first steps in racing, to jump in a car like this?
At the start it's difficult, but when you start to feel the car, it's way better.
All right, I think the engines are firing up again, so grazie mille, thank you so much.
So Martin Dubeck started on the front row in Euro NASCAR Pro. He's on pole position in Euro NASCAR 2, looking to match Vittorio Gorelli's record, 4 wins from 5 races. He's got 3 from 4 at the moment, but he's also got a lot of competition with him. Linster, Schauber, Toffel, home hero Jack Davidson, and Claudio Remeggio Capelli. Those are the first 3 rows of the grid. Dubeck for Hendrix Motorsport, Jill Linster also for Hendrix Motorsport. It's a lockout of the front row for the Hendrix team. We're underway and racing in Euro NASCAR 2 into the early evening here at American Speedfest. The temperatures will be marginally different from what they were in Euro NASCAR Pro, but still a lot of useful data from the drivers that perhaps already raced earlier on today in the pro race. Dubek leading the way, Lindster second, and look at Claudio Reggio Capelli. He's had a great start from row 3 of the grid. Very good start then from our number 1 car, Patrick Schauber. Under pressure from Chrysonis as they go past the main building here at Brands Hatch, the MSV HQ, where a lot of the work will have been done to put on all of the extra festivities alongside the Euro NASCAR racing here at American Speedfest 11. Some dust being kicked up by Dubek there. Bit of a smoke screen to Jill Lindster, unintentional though. Dombrowski making up some places in the early stages by the looks of it for Team Blakemolen. His distinct black and purple car. Paul Giffreau will be watching on, no doubt, giving advice to Patrick Schauber, his Austrian colleague in that number 3 RDV competition car. 2 very good youngsters. Thomas Chrysonis, of course, racing across both categories and really has looked resurgent recently. Recorded his best ever finish, 4th place. Last time out in Vallelunga. Goes to the outside line here of Schauber, making that car wide. Jack Davidson keeping a watching brief on this as well, as Chrysonis makes the dive at Graham Hill Bend. A bit of off track there from Schauber, but it's Chrysonis in 4th position. He is on course to match his best ever finish. He's also setting fast laps. He's currently the fastest driver out there. And the driver who has the fastest lap at the end of this race will be our pole sitter for Sunday as well. So Chrysonis' speed helping him gain positions and potentially doing him some favours for Sunday as well. Tefel did have to have his engine changed ultimately. It was an engine that let go on the 34 car during Euro NASCAR Pro Race 1 of the weekend. But the team in less than 3 hours managed to get that engine change. Race Art Technology doing a very, very impressive piece of work there. Meanwhile, Claudio Reggio Capelli under threat here from Chrysonis. This is for the final step of the podium, and Chrysonis senses opportunity here for he and for Marco Stipp Motorsport. Could it be that Chrysonis, the Greek racer who started his racing career here in the UK, could it be that he finds a way to step onto the podium here at American Speedfest? Claudio Reggio Capelli is not going to go down without a fight, and nor is Jill Lindster ahead of both of them. Dubek is clearing off over the horizon at the front of the order. See there some Luxembourg flags. Those will be there in support of Lindster in the number 50 car, the Hendricks Motorsport machine. It's currently a Hendricks Motorsport 1-2 as well, so I'm sure down the radio he's getting all sorts of encouragement. They want that 1-2 finish, that lockout of the first 2 positions. Number 1 car lurking. Capelli certainly giving Lindster something to think about, but of course if Capelli tries to overtake and scrubs any speed, then Chrysonis, as well as Davidson, as well as Schauber, will all be right behind him. As you can see there, it's a 5-car scrap effectively now for 2nd position. None of these drivers can afford to put a foot wrong at the moment. Patrick Schauber will be studying all four of them from behind, but Linster slowing. Linster seemed to just understeer out of the corner there. That was very strange, but the net result is he's gone from second to 6th. That is hugely costly for Linster. Oh, and we've got a car off circuit. That is the 27 car. Double V Racing's Simone Giussani into the barriers, and the safety car is out. Giussani tried to keep it out of the wall, but the magnets built in, hypothetical magnets, getting the 27 car into the barriers. We're back to racing conditions though. Race extended by 3 laps out to 34. We begin on lap 30. It's a dash now for the checkered flag, and it's Dubek that leads the way. Chrysonis trying to fight Capelli here for second position, but it's Capelli who holds on to the place for the time being. Martin Dubek leading the way. Everybody else 2-3 wide out there further back. Oh, what a spin. Florian Richard pointing the wrong way. That's a scary moment for him. Go through Clearways and Clark with Dubek well clear, Capelli seconds. Chrysonis has lost 2 or 3 car lengths that he might not have time to make back up. He's got to worry about Schauber, who's now behind him. Patrick Schauber has gotten past Jack Davidson. Number 3 car. A bit squirrely there out of Druids Bend. But what a race it's been from Martin Dubek to this point. What a season it's been for Martin Dubek to this point. The 2021 champion never seemed to quite have that same form again in 2022 and 2023, but in 2024, it's more than fair to say that Martin Dubek is back. He makes it 4 wins from 5 races, just like Garelli in Pro, the 80% hit rate. And he will climb to his roof.
Martin Dubek, you've done it again. Again, winner in Euro NASCAR 2. You must be very happy. I see the smile on your face.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that this car finished, because after 5 laps, some strange noise and some vibrating on the rear axle, so I don't know what's wrong, but we did it again and victory line, so I'm really happy, and I think that my mechanics will have job for tonight, and they need to check the car what happened, but yeah, we did it again.
So that's the top 3.
The hidden heroes behind every racing team we have here, 2 mechanics of Hendricks Motorsport. How is it to watch your race out there, waiting for the car to cross the finish line to get the checkered flag?
Stressful, because Martin said on the radio there's something wrong with the car. That's why not, I think, a good time for tomorrow. And then it is stressful, really stressful.
He said already that there were some vibrations, some sounds. Do you think it's going to be a long night?
Maybe, we have to check it out. That's, we think it's a dip or the axle or something, but we'll find out tonight.
How happy are you about the next win?
I'm always happy about the win. And we go for the next one.
All right, thank you, well, thank you so much. Back to you, Adam.
Martin Dubek celebrates yet another victory then, as Euro NASCAR 2's American Speed Fest 11 Day 1 concludes. Julian Reberg winning the rookie classification. His promotion debut season continues to be strong. Claudio Reggio Capelli wins in Legend Trophy, and Ariana Casoli wins the Lady Trophy. That concludes Day 1 of American Speed Fest 11. The racing has been brilliant, and we get to do it all again on Sunday for round 6 of the 2024 Euro NASCAR season.